What's going on, guys? This is Dynasty 3890 here. Welcome back to the MLB 18 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a retrospective video as we talk about Diamond Dynasty, like the pros and the cons of it, we are now in the beginning of June. The game's been out for 2 months plus, and it'd be nice to talk about what I like and what I don't like so far about Diamond Dynasty. Now, I'm not talking about gameplay. I think we can do that in a separate video. There's been a lot of talk about that, and they constantly are changing it. I mean, this last patch really changed the game a lot for gameplay, but I want to talk about Diamond Dynasty, things I like, things I don't like, and then ways we can improve it. Now, I would love to meet you guys in the comments down below. Let's have a good conversation about this. Hopefully, maybe someone at San Diego Studios looks at this and they can see what some people really want or really want them to continue of things they do well and things they should improve on. And if you guys are new to the channel, do me a solid, hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into it with some of the positive aspects of the game. First up, let's go over just the amount of cards that are in Diamond Dynasty this year. Now, I'm recording this on June 1st, so we're about 2 months in. Look at all the flashbacks. Now, the live series, they're the same every year. There's just the live cards. But look at all the flashbacks they have now. And this is one thing I really like. If you go through every team, there's what? 13 Orioles, 15 Red Sox, 16 Yankees, 13... Like, every team has at least 10, I feel. Like, there are a few teams that have, like... I think there's, like, one team that has, like, 5. Something like that, but most teams have quite a bit of flashbacks, and I think that's really cool that there's so many different cards to get, and a lot of them are pretty easy to get. Now, it may be like you get a lower tier version of a guy very easily. For instance, you can get this Ernie Banks very easily. Now, he's not great, but if you're a huge Ernie Banks fan, or you want to just use Ernie Banks on your team, you have him. That's cool. Now, they're not giving you like an amazing card for free, but he's there. There's a lot of good cards, and there's a lot of different cards, and that's one thing I like about Ultimate Team, Diamond Dynasty game modes, is that the unrealistic part of it, of building and like a team from different generations of the sport, of this being baseball. So it's nice that I can have, you know, trying to think of someone like, you can have Yadier Molina be your catcher, and Lee Smith can be your pitcher. Like, Lee Smith played in the 70s and the early 90s, and Molina's currently playing now. It's like, it's cool to do that. It's cool that you can have an Albert Pujols from 2001 who just mashes, because right now he's not so good anymore. But that's cool. Like, every team has a ton of flashbacks. And I think that's one thing that and they constantly are doing it. And a couple years ago, that was one thing I really wish they would improve on. I know some people don't want to have a lot of extra cards. I don't see how there's any problem with it. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but that's just me. I'm glad there's a ton of different options, and that's a big plus for them. Now, another thing I like, and I have none of them right here to show, but it's the daily missions. Now, I will get to a con in a minute about this, but I like the daily missions that every day you get something that's pretty easy to do. And the reward is a pack that gives you either a alternate hat or a diamond jersey. Now, those go for quite a few. Like, if you get a diamond jersey, 2,000-3,000 stubs easy on some 4, sometimes only like 600-700 stubs, but every day you log in, you get like an easy one. Sometimes it's like score 2 runs with Met players, or it's like score 3 runs in a game of flashback players. Like, you can do that in a Conquest game. Get it done, get yourself a free couple thousand stubs. Maybe you need it for like you're working on that Chase Utley program, and you know those Dodgers, you know those Phillies jerseys are expensive, and you pull a diamond Dodger jersey souvenir, and you're like, let's go, we got what we needed. That's something great. I don't like souvenirs, I'm going to get to that later, but the fact they have an easy way to get expensive ones every single day is a nice thing, and it rewards people for playing every day. Next, we're going over the Conquest rewards. I think Conquest is a great way to build your team. I tell people every year, if you're new, do Conquest and beat the board at least once. This year, you don't get as great as rewards for just beating it once as you have in prior years, but you do get good cards. This Gonzalez is pretty solid. Guidry's pretty solid. Desmond's a good hitting shortstop. You get Estrada, I don't like him. Jim Edmonds, one of my favorite cards in the game. You get him from just playing Conquest very easily. Cole Hamels is great. Edgar's, yeah, he's alright. And you get Gonzo, who's pretty good. Plus, you get, it's about 3,000-4,000 stubs alone for just doing this. So you get all that. And then Conquest Extreme. Now, I know this is a grind. This is not easy. And I think the rewards show that it wasn't supposed to be easy. But if you're able to do it, you get, I think it's like almost 50,000 stubs altogether. That's 35 there. That's another, let's say 2,000. That's 37, 38, 30. It's about 40, a little over 40,000 stubs. But you get some studs. Matt Kemp's one of the best cards in the game. Molina's one of the best catchers in the game. Dozier's a great second baseman. You get Hershiser, who's pretty solid as a starter. Cepeda can go pound sand. But And then Drew Storen, I didn't like him either. But there's some great rewards. Like, I'm telling you guys, if you haven't done it and you think you can win on Legend or Hall of Fame pretty easily, it's a grind. It's a hell of a grind. I understand that. But it rewards the grinders, rewards the people who don't want to spend a lot of money or can't spend a lot of money in the game. You get 40,000 plus stubs, plus, at least, in my opinion, 2 dominant cards right now, and some other very good ones. Another thing I like are all these specific position programs, because now they're really starting to give us some good cards. And I'm not just talking about the diamonds. Like, Mejia's pretty good. I haven't got the Karos yet, but he looks pretty good. And these are pretty easy to do. You just have to play the game a little bit, and you get it. Justin Bohr is a very good first baseman for a gold card. Kingery, I think I probably said his name wrong. He's a really good card. Mark Reynolds obviously has some power. This Pedro Alvarez is a glitch. And these are so easy to get. Peralta's not bad. You get some speed with Bonifacio. Adam Lynn's okay. Rayburn mashes lefties. Robles is super fast. Stubbs can mash lefties, and he's fast. Trumbo, obviously. You guys know Trumbo. And then the starters, I think the Sangrani is halfway decent. I didn't really use these guys that much. The relievers, Albuquerque's pretty good. Sip's pretty good. And then I haven't got Rosenthal yet, but Axford's really good. Farquhar's really good. You get some good cards, and they're very easy. That's the thing I like about them. Like, if these are good cards, but they're a pain in the rear end to do, and they're not, like, crazy good, like the Conquest Extreme, I would probably put it as a con. But since these are so easy to do, they're cheap, but they reward people for playing the game and just working on it, and it gives you incentive to keep playing the game. You get some damn good cards, and then it's needed for other things in the future. Another pro I like this year that they're doing is bi-weekly roster updates. At first, I didn't like the idea of going bi-weekly with the roster updates. I like that it was every week, but then I was thinking about it. It's not enough changes in 1 week to rationalize doing something. I think every other week you can have bigger upgrades. You can upgrade the same player back-to-back weeks. I wouldn't say every 2 weeks you upgrade a guy if he's having a great year, but you can rationalize, like, well, that was 2 weeks ago we gave him an upgrade, and, like, if JD Martinez is still hitting crazy, then you can bring him up, or if he starts struggling, bring him down. Like, I'm glad they brought up, and they're pretty quick with bringing up and down guys. Like, Didi had an amazing April. He had a bad May, and they brought him down. And they'll do the same with anyone else. Like, I remember Kershaw, they brought him down really quick. I thought it was too quick. Andrew Miller has a 2.63 area. No, whip's a little high, and they did bring down his walks per 9, but I mean, it's Andrew freaking Miller, and they brought him down. But I think it's because they have the bi-weekly, and they have more of a... They're not just... I think we'll weekly they'd be like, oh, next week he'll turn around, and if we change, and then we'll go there. And I feel like they would just have that excuse of just do it next week. Well, now it's every other week, and they're more apt to make changes, and I actually like that. And the last pro I want to go over are events. Now, this is actually going to be counterproductive to my point, but there's been a lot of events going on. Right now, there's not one going on, but there seems to always have an event going on, and I think that's a good thing. And I'll get to some with cons and a reason a little bit, but the rewards are pretty good. You get like an 85 to 89 diamond. If you go like 12-1, you get a pretty darn good card for getting cumulative wins. Sometimes they're needed for immortals like Musial. Like, there's some good rewards, and they're a little bit different. I like how it's kind of like salary cap if you guys ever play Madden. Like, you can only have like an 80 overall. You can't use any diamonds. You can only use 1 diamond. I like that team building aspect to the game. So I really do enjoy that part of it. And I think having extra game modes like this can never be a bad thing well, it can be, but in this, I don't see it being a bad thing, so that's another pro in regards to the game. But now let's get into some things I don't like and ways we can improve them. So, here we go. This is a big one. Ranked Series rewards. Ranked Series is a grind. It's a grind, guys. It's 9-inning games, not always, but 9-inning games. I mean, you can get a mercy rule, people quit, all that fun stuff. And the rewards for being a World Series player, I think, should be higher, in my opinion. Now, David Wright's actually not a bad card, but the Erstad before that, I'm drawing a blank on the very first reward on the first month of the year. It wasn't that good. Like, the rewards were not that good. And like I said, the David Wright's not too bad. You get 4,000 stubs. Make that 40,000. Add an extra 0 to that. Incentivize people playing the game. 10,000 XP, that's like, you can get that so easy to anything. 800 tickets is pretty solid. I'll give them that. 800 tickets is a lot. The nameplate's cool, but I mean, you get it once, you get it once. 5 souvenir packs, that should be the daily souvenir packs. The musical baseballs, that's important for the card. And then it says a diamond at 85 to 89. Why limit it? If you make World Series, if you are one of the best players, don't limit what they can get. That should be any live series diamond. If you should be able to have the chance of pulling Mike Trout, Clayton Kershaw, Mookie Betts. You should have a chance to pull those guys. I don't know why it's not. Maybe not change what you get for like Championship Series down, but I think if you make World Series, you should get and amazing rewards that will incentivize so many more people to play the game, and there should be no reason not to. I haven't done a ton of ranked series this year, ranked season, excuse me, because I just haven't felt the rewards are overly worth it. This month it's a little better, but when I say little, it's marginally better. I think the day rate's pretty good, because third base is kind of a weak spot in my lineup right now, but that could change. Like, they come out with a card I can get, or I find a card, or I get a nice pull, which we'll get into in a minute, and then I won't really need that David Wright. But that's not, I won't know that till freaking July 1st. And I just wish that they had better rewards for World Series at least. All right, next up we're going over lineups, and how many guys, and I'm doing this right now, don't have your best lineup because you're working on missions. I do that all the time. You should have the option of having multiple lineups. I don't understand why they don't do it. I know they want to do it. I know people have mentioned it. I don't think they can put it in this year. I'm hoping they bring it in next year. Like, that's something that just saves so much of a hassle. Like, the time it takes to put in a lineup. Like, I had to put in like this Matt Joyce, this Jackie Robinson, this Eric Young Jr. I'm trying to get like some team epics. I'm trying to get some missions done. And I have to constantly maneuver my lineup, add people in, and then I'll be like, all right, let me go get into a ranked series game. Let me go play against a friend, and then I gotta go put my normal lineup in, and be like, geez, it takes another 5 minutes to go through every single card. And then I realized once I started, oh, I never fixed my bench. And then you're just like, crap. And like, that happens all the time. It really is annoying, and I wish multiple lineups come into the game next year. Next up, let's talk about team epics. Now, I don't have a problem with them waiting like 2 or 3 weeks before they dropped them. I didn't have a problem with that because there's so many other things to do. It was nice to kind of like, all right, let me work on those things, and then Team Epics come out. But I wish with Team Epics, the grind was just too much, or it is too much. I have not finished a single Team Epic yet. I'm close on some. It's just kind of like the natural grind, really, and I realize I'm close, and I'll put a couple extra people in there. But the biggest thing is 200 innings. That is absurd amount. I know 500 total play appearances is a lot too, and then getting triples and stolen bases can be a pain in the rear end too. But like the play versus CPU, the autographs, the bobbleheads, we'll get to that in a minute. The missions for the players aren't too bad. It's just the grind. I'm usually a guy who I'm okay with doing the grind and playing the game, but I mean, you get to a point and be like 200 innings. And I mean, Carlton Fisk is not a bad one, but there's some bad players you can get. 200 innings, and I want Aaron Hill. Now, the card doesn't look terrible for a second baseman, but it's like I gotta do 200. Like right now, I have 8 innings with Blue Jays pitchers. I have 34 plate appearances. By the time I ever get that done, but just in the natural progression of this game, that card will not have a use unless like you need all-star players, or unless you need like Blue Jays players for an event or something like that. I don't know. But it is just so ridiculously grind. One thing I wish they should have done, and this is something they can't do now, is because Epics came out like 3 weeks after the game dropped. If they could have counted your stats for the first like 3 weeks prior to Epics starting. So if I already had 100 innings pitched with Toronto Blue Jays pitchers before Epics came out, I should already have 100 innings pitched here. Now, I'm not sure if they could realistically have done that. If they could have, I wish they would have done it. But yeah, the grind on Team Epics was just way too much. This is the big one, boys. This one really irks me. Immortals. I love the idea of these Immortals. I love it. And I love the fact that they have different versions of it. Like, you go through it, you can get like a cheap one that's very easy, like a bad player, very easy for nothing. Sometimes you get it immediately, sometimes you have to get like 10%, and then you get different versions of like this Babe Ruth. You get like the pitcher, and then you get a hitter here, and you get another hitter here, and then eventually you get this. Unfortunately, you literally can't do them. None of these you can do. Coming soon. It's June. That's stupid. That is stupid. Like, I'm glad I just got this 88 Jackie Robinson. The card's pretty darn good, and I'm really excited. I would love to get that Immortal. When? November? Like, when I'm going to be able to do that? It's stupid. And then you have to exchange the second baseman, which I don't have a problem with, like, exchanging position, like, players. I'm okay with that. But, like, the souvenirs, we'll get to this in a minute, it's a lot. Like, I have one Dodger alternate, so that is the best individual piece. It's 775 exchange value. It's 5%. I need 20 of those. They're like 4,000, 3,000 stubs each. I'm going to drop 80,000 stubs for 5% of Jackie Robinson. Now, I know you can do 5 team epics, but I just mentioned 200 innings is an absurd amount. 500 plate appearances is a lot. And then you also have to do hats. And then you got to exchange. And then even still, you can't even do it yet. Every single one. And for a lot of these, I'm pretty far into them, except for the mutual right now. Like Babe Ruth, I'm at 35%, and I was like, right now I'm waiting literally either to exchange these things or wait for the program souvenir. Robinson, I'm at 60%. Piazza, I'm at 70%. Pujols, I'm at 60%. Griffey is one I'm not only at 15%. Gibson, I'm at 40%. Ripken, I'm at 70%. Like, you can see 70 for Chipper, 55 for Seaver, 40 for Ryan, 60 for Wagner, 45 for Gossage. Like, I want to work on them, and I can't. I'm literally at a wall. And I don't want to call it a paywall, but it's like a ground wall. Like, you can't play it. You can't do anything about it. And they're just pretending like what they should have done to begin the year is release 4. Like, just have 4. Like, have one pitcher, have, like, Seaver, have Wagner, have Babe Ruth, and have, like, Griffey. And all 4 you could finish immediately. Like, there wasn't this little coming soon. You just do that. And then, like, in May, when May came out, come out with 2 more. June came out, come out with 2 more. But you can do them. As soon as they come out, you can finish them if you just put the grind into it. Like, there's no blocking of it. They should have done that, or make them all be able to do them at the beginning. I understand they don't want everyone to just have the best cards immediately. I kind of understand that, but don't not let us have it. Like, especially for people who get the game, they'd be like, oh, I want to play with, like, this nasty Griffin. They're like, oh, I can't even. Cool. And then they're just not going to play it anymore. Like, it's just a stupid... I don't know whose idea that was, but that's a stupid idea. Next up, let's talk about these time missions, which also rely into the career missions, which I loved as a grinder last year, because you can play a game and you can be like, I need to get a triple. Let's get that triple, because I need to get triples for the 14,000 stubs. And then it became like 10,000 for the Dynasty missions. I hate how they got rid of them. And then what they did was they put in these missions where you basically get, like, well, we can look at June. If you do, like, the career missions for June, you get 1,000, 2,000, 250, 500, so that's 2,750, 3,000, 3,250, 3,750, 3,750 stubs for doing all, if you do all these. And then you get a couple packs through that. You get another pack here, a couple packs here, plus an extra, like, what is it, 6, you get basically 10,000 stubs. You get 14,000 stubs if you got, like, 200 home runs last year. We're just playing the game. I understand that they don't want everyone just to be able to get all these stubs, because then they're going to be like, we want people to buy them. I understand they're a business, but that's stupid. Like that, and then, like, you put this little, like, if you're going to put them in, do it right. This isn't right. Like, every month you should just get, like, it would be nice if they just gave you instead, I know it's asking for a lot, but instead of career missions, you do all these, you get the 100%. Instead of giving us 3,000 XP, 3,000 subs, and 100 tickets, a pack with a you can't sell diamond card. A live series diamond. You can't sell it, but you get one. I would love that. Or you could sell it. I would love that. Like, you do all this, I'd much rather get 10 instead of the 10,000 subs, a diamond. Take my chance with it. Maybe, yeah, you pull an 85, or maybe you pull like a 91 Mookie Betts. I don't know. This isn't enough. And it's 3 straight months. So they said they were going to improve it. They didn't improve it from May to June. They improved it from April to May, which isn't saying much because that was 1,000 stubs. And the starting missions gave you like a bag of chips. It wasn't worth it, and it's terrible. Let's go over souvenirs. They're the dumbest thing ever. They're collectibles. If you guys play Madden, you hate collectibles. They have no inherent value. You can't use them for anything. They're in the game to be a pain in the ass. That is literally the only reason why these are in the game, to be a pain in the ass. I know you can flip them. You can make some stubs off them. You can get some nice pulls from them. But I think they actually hurt the game, and I'm going to get into that in the next piece, for another part of the game. But there's no reason for them. There is no reason for these. The jerseys, they're stupid. And why can't I wear them? I understand people want to have like their own uniform, and I like that about Diamond Dynasty. You can create your own uniform. You should also have the option. I would love to wear, like, I'm not a Rays fan, but those jerseys look fire. I would love to wear them. I love like the orange Orioles jerseys. I would love to wear them. Like, let us do that. If you're going to put them in the game like this, have them have some inherent value to us. It's stupid. They are just a pain in the ass. They make no sense while they're in the... I know why they're in the game. They make no sense to the consumer when they're in the game, and they just make it more difficult, and makes it harder to beat missions, immortals, career arcs, all that stuff. And the last one, guys, this really irks me. I kind of went on a Twitter rant about this. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw it already. Packs are trash this year. So bad. You cannot pull anything out of these. I've opened up way too many packs, no money spent, but I'll like do missions, I'll flip cards, and then be like, oh, I'm gonna go open a pack. And I'm gonna open a pack, and I hope I can show you guys this in this pack. But I didn't get it. But I never get I think I've pulled like 2 diamond players this whole year or something crazy. You get nothing. You get nothing, and I think the reason are these right here, like especially this right here, the souvenir spot. I don't know for a fact because we don't know how their odds are made, but I've gotten a good amount of diamonds from that, like a diamond ball, a diamond bat. Those are actually pretty good for value. A diamond bobblehead, and I feel like the packs when they code the odds, they created they had the same value as a diamond player for a diamond souvenir. So you have to basically get the luck of getting a diamond, and then you have to get the also luck of it of being a player, not a souvenir. Or not, I mean, I guess equipment are pretty good because those do sell for a lot. If you get a diamond in baseball, that's like quick sell of 600. If you get a diamond player, that can range from 10,000 to 300,000, 400,000 for Trout. But you don't have the same odds because they also included, at least I feel like, the souvenirs in it. It's so bad. Pack odds this year are terrible. I would almost want them to do next year, if you're going to make the pack odds this bad again, basically get rid of packs. Just have stuff. You can buy stubs. You can earn stubs throughout the game, and then basically have a ticket counter for all live series players. And then you want, like, let's just say, oh, you want Mike Trout. That's going to cost 400,000 stubs. Do you want to know how you get stubs? Play the game, you get stubs. Or from doing programs, you get stubs, and you just buy the player. Don't even entice people with packs. I know they will because they can, but a lot of games are starting to move away from like the loot box supply drop pack system. Like Battlefield 5 is actually getting rid of it, and that's EA. So if you're gonna make pack odds so bad that they're useless, then just take them out. If you have a chance of pulling something good, I want packs. I tell people, because people tell me, oh, Dynasty, just keep opening. I mean, packs aren't that bad. If you sell everything, you can get like 800 stubs out of your 1,000 back, like on a bad day. Somewhat true. A, that's really time consuming. B, I'm not opening up packs to kind of just be like, oh, well, let's see if I can make stubs off it. I mean, that is definitely part of it. I love the rush of getting a great pull. It's not there this year. There's no chance of getting a great pull. Don't you love like opening something knowing like, I could get an incredible pull. I could pull Mike Trout. I could pull Bryce Harper. No, you can't. You can't this year. It's impossible. It bugs me. Just get rid of the packs and just have a market that's fixed. That you can do it. 2K did that, I want to say years ago. I think they had packs, but also had like a market where you could like buy and sell cards that were fixed based off their value. Just do that. And I don't want them to do that, but it's better than what they have now with packs being this trash. Oh, that bugs me. But I think that's it, guys. I tried to, for every con, I wanted to give them a way of fixing it. So if you guys have anything you don't like, meet me in the comments down below and tell me how you would fix it. And if there's anything you like, meet me down there as well. I hope this is a good conversation. Don't be don't be rude to each other. But I'd love to meet you down in the comments. I'll talk to you later, little boys. Take it easy. Peace.